Hello, Tube. Welcome to this week's money edition of House of Hunts. As you'll notice, I'm wearing a suit.
And I'm not.
And that's okay, because today we're talking about money. Cha-ching, 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 cha-ching. But more importantly, how to save money. So we put together 5 tips for things we try to do to save money, because a penny saved is a
penny earned.
Penny earned. Improv catchphrasing.
Before we get started, I just wanted to say that there are so many ways to do a budget, so many ways to save money, so many ways to spend your money. And Chris is a salesman, and so he has a salary, but he also has commissions. And so when he gets paid, it could be any amount of money. We don't know exactly how much it's gonna be month to month. And then same with YouTube. With YouTube, we make a tiny bit of money as well, and it's different every single month. So we're not the family that gets the same exact amount of money each month, and so we can't really budget out dollar for dollar, right? And
Correct.
So these things are things that we do in order to save money and budget as best as we can, since we don't really know how much we make month to month.
Right, so to stay nimble, not so heavily leveraged, as they like to say.
Yeah.
Tip 1.
We take out weekly or monthly cash, and that is so we can see how much money we have in our hand and only spend that amount. We used to use our credit card all the time because we got points on our credit card. And so we're like, we'll just spend the money on our credit card and we'll pay it off, we'll get the points. And sometimes you can get swipe crazy with the cards.
Crazy.
Or if you're doing stuff
crazy.
Online, you can get a little bit out of hand, and then next thing you know, you've spent way too much money. So same with a debit card too. Even if you have a bunch of money on your debit card and you're just swiping, and then all of a sudden you're over your budget. So taking out cash, you have the cash in your wallet, you see how much you have, and then when you're done with it, sorry.
Tough luck.
You're done. So we like to do
Rice
this
and
for, we obviously pay our bills and stuff online, but this is for like extra stuff, restaurants, shopping, which we don't really do a lot of, but you know, clothes, stuff like that. And you can either do one big amount for each person, or you can separate it into envelopes, like this is for the restaurants, this is for grocery, this is for clothes, this is for kid toys. However you feel like you want to do it, but
the purpose of this is to highlight consumption and cost. So when you use a credit card, the problem is there's a disassociation with how much you're spending. So when you take out the cash, I think you'll really be surprised to see how much you're spending, you know, on a soda at the gas station or on a candy bar, and how those things really add up. So this really helps train you, and it helps you to realize, hey, I'm wasting a lot of money here that I could be doing something else with. Number 2, stop keeping up with the Joneses. Just because I have a suit on doesn't mean that you need a suit on. Find out the things that you like, the things that you like to do, the things that make you happy or your family happy, and save up and invest in those things. Don't waste money on things, because I think you'll find that you can never have everything, and somebody always has something better than you. So
if you can't be happy with the little things, you're not going to be happy with the big things. Find out, like he said, what makes you happy, and do that.
Do it.
Save up money. If it's something big, if it's like, I want to go to Fiji, that's what's going to make me happy, then save your money. Stop going to Walmart and buying all the stuff off the shelves because everyone else has it. Or stop going to Target and going to the dollar spot and all of a sudden you spend $100. Or stop going to Target, or stop going to Target, or stop going to Target. Stop going to Target.
Just making sure.
Put that money aside, and sooner or later you'll have that money for Fiji. And instead of having all these clothes that you're not going to wear, or all these toys that your kids don't necessarily play with all the time, then you'll have the money to go to Fiji. So just think about, if the Joneses have something that's going to make you happy, then do that. But stop keeping up with what everyone is doing and save that money.
Excellently put. Excellent. Number 3, let's cut the cost of cords. Cord cutting. This is something Jennifer and I have heavily embraced. As an example, we replaced our DirecTV bill, which cost us, let me check, $150 a month, and locked us into a contract with PlayStation Vue that we pay $39 a month for, and we can turn it on and off as we want. So
we can even go cheaper than that if we wanted to. If you don't know what PlayStation Vue is, it's basically an online app. You can use it with a PlayStation, a Fire TV or Fire Stick, a Apple TV. It's an app, so anything that you can have an app on, and it has a lot of the channels. And just like DirecTV, there's different packages that you can do. So the package that we do is kind of in the middle. It's not all the channels, but it's not the minimum amount of channels. So even if one month we decide like, oh, we're not really using this, but we wanna have this specific channel and it's on the lower one, we can move down to the lower bracket. Or if all of a sudden it's football season, we want all the football channels, we can move up to the higher bracket, and we're in no sort of contract whatsoever, and we can kind of leverage it that way.
Yeah, so I get all the sports channels, Jennifer gets all of the channels that she likes, Jane gets all the channels that she likes. We have the DVR so that we can record our shows. So whether you use PlayStation Vue, Sling, Hulu,
and then
I think YouTube is actually coming up with their own YouTube TV. You should check that out. And let me know if you guys want me to do a video specifically on what we do for TV, because I think that's a great example of how you can really cut costs and save a lot of money. Because you think we saved about $110, that's a lot each month. Number 4. Did we do number 4? Number 4.
I feel like I'm gonna sneeze.
Stop sneezing, it'll save you tons of money. Number 4.
Drink more water. Water is free.
Drink your water.
First of all, water is really healthy.
It's healthy for you.
It helps you lose weight. It helps you stay full.
Yeah.
It keeps your face looking good.
It doesn't cost $5 a bottle like some of those other drinks we like to enjoy at the restaurant.
And I say water's free. Obviously, water bottles are not free.
Try to drink more water though. You'll find that you're a healthier person. A lot of times when it's in the evening and you feel hungry, it's because you haven't had enough water. I'm not a scientist, but I have heard that your body can't tell the difference between hunger and thirst. I think if you drink more water, you'll find that you're snacking less. You'll save money, but you'll also be healthier. And when you're healthier, that cuts back on doctor visits and things like that. So that's a huge indirect cost that you can consider as well.
Obviously, it is so fun to go to a restaurant where you're hanging out with friends and family and get like a nice either alcoholic beverage or some fruity drink that's really good, or treat the kids to a lemonade or something like that. But that's where your bills add up. So what we like to do is most of the time we order water at restaurants, especially for the kids, and then we enjoy the good drinks and the fun drinks at home because they're usually cheaper to buy at the store. Beer, juice, soda, all of those are cheaper at the store. But if you don't buy them at the store, then you won't drink them too. So we rarely buy those things at the grocery store. We usually just go with water. But I'm saying, if for some reason you're like, I cannot give up my soda, give it up at the restaurants and buy it.
Yeah, and think about this. We have 3 kids, obviously, you guys know. Kid 1, lemonade, $2. Kid 2, lemonade, $2. Kid 3, lemonade, $2.
And they're not gonna share a lemonade, guys.
Chris, beer. Jen, apple martini, $5. That's $16 we just added to our bill.
Another thing that's kind of along those lines is to, if you have kids, this is the main thing if you have kids, but also for yourself, pack yourself food and water. We have a lot of those water bottles, I wish I had one now, that have like the top on it you can throw into your purse. The kids have all of their Contigo kid cups that I'll leave down in the description. Those don't leak anywhere in your purse. We fill those up, we throw them in the bag. And then we always bring snacks for the kids, not necessarily for us, but especially for the kids, whether it's a cheese stick or a squeeze pack of fruit or gummies or goldfish or something. That way, if you're out and about and all of a sudden the kids are hungry or thirsty, you don't have to buy that $2 bottle of water that they're not gonna share. You have to buy 3 of those, or you're not gonna have to go and buy a snack. Or if you're at like a fair or you're out and there's like $10 popcorn, you can most likely say like, oh, well, I have this in my bag, or I have a lollipop, let's do that instead. And you're saving a lot of money that way. Kids see things and all of a sudden they go out and they're like, all of a sudden they're starving and they're thirsty, or they see like, oh, that person has a funnel cake. But you can usually tempt them with the things in your purse. At least I've found.
That was a really specific example, funnel cake. Definitely don't cheap out on the funnel cake. Finally, number 5, know your food, know your plan. So something we do a lot of, and that's buying groceries. That's probably our #1 expense. Would you agree? Besides mortgage, maybe. Making a plan, knowing what you're going to buy before you get to the grocery store, finding ingredients that are consistent with different meal ideas to help you reduce waste.
We like to buy, like, for example, like a huge pack of chicken breasts. Like it's huge and it's fresh chicken, it's not frozen. So we're like, okay, if we can get this huge one that's a lot cheaper than the smaller one that only feeds like half of our family, then we can make 2 meals out of that. So that's what, obviously meal planning, you can look that up on YouTube. There's tons of videos on that. But meal planning really helps because you can use that chicken, or obviously you can freeze it if you're not gonna use it that week, but use it and have the 2 different meals. And that brings us to Sam's Club.
Bulk.
Yeah.
Buy in bulk when you can.
Paper towels,
especially paper products. Paper products in
laundry
Sam's Club.
detergent.
Laundry detergents.
Diapers, wipes, toothbrush, toothpaste, shampoo. I'm trying to think, anything that, we do like creamer, milk, eggs, all that kind of stuff. But if it's something that's not gonna go bad and you're gonna eventually use it, buy it at Sam's Club or Costco or whatever you have. I promise you will save money.
Yeah, like toothpaste, for example.
Goldfish.
You know, if there's a sale on toothpaste and you can get a huge bulk order of toothpaste, you're going to use that eventually. So that's immediately tangible money that you have saved.
Know what restaurants you're going to, know what food your kids like as far as the restaurants. We know that if we go to a Mexican restaurant, most likely Jane and Piper can share a quesadilla with rice and beans. Piper eats the rice and beans, Jane eats the quesadilla. Know what restaurants give like free food to kids on what days. We try not to go out except for on the weekends. So a lot of places don't do free food on the weekends, but still know where you're going and what you're gonna get. You'd be surprised. There's been a few times where we've been like, oh, let's go to this restaurant because it's cheap. And then all of a sudden we've spent $80 and we're like, oh my gosh. And then opposite of like, okay, let's go, we wanna go here, this will be a treat, and then all of a sudden we only spent $50. So it takes a few times to go somewhere, especially if you have a bigger family, to know like how much you're probably gonna spend at that one restaurant. But we write it down on our phones exactly how much we spend at each restaurant. That way we can look back later like, oh, last time we went to Outback, we only spent $50. That's pretty good for Outback.
Right.
So let's go there again and try to do that again. Or, oh, we went to Mexican thinking it was cheap and all of a sudden we spent $80. What happened there? We must have had too many margaritas or something. So let's not go there. Let's not get the margaritas this time. Let's get the water.
Drink more water. So, well, hopefully you guys found value in this. Let us know if you have any ideas or tips that we missed.
Leave them down in the comments.
And we look forward to saving money with you guys. Cheers.
Bye.